Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse. Another manic Monday, another wild and crazy day here in the crypto, Bitcoin, and stock market land, right? Good to see everyone back. Tesla John, can't wait. Please cover sand. Algo dot Tesla as usual. You got it. You got it. You got it. That sounds pretty familiar. Sand, Algo dot, right? The only one I'm not in is Tesla, right? So Tesla is breaking down today. I think it has a pending sell signal, so I'll definitely take a look at that. Tesla John, very, very wise man over there, Tesla John. And by the way, he renamed himself to Tesla John because he was always asking about Tesla. But I think it was John G though, right? John G. I'm trying to remember back. Doge, yep. Some of the doggy coins are flying. I think SHIB was up like 30% or something like that. We can take a look at it. Good morning, Jesse. If you get a chance, chart, fill, and inch, por favor. You got it. Taco Jacker. We can take a look at it. Thanks for requesting it early on in the stream. If you're new to the stream, awesome. Welcome. If you've been here before, you know that the first 15 to 30 minutes, we will go through the charts heavily, Bitcoin, crypto assets, Magnificent Seven, and whatever else catches our eye. In the second half of the live stream, we will cover your request. So make sure to type in the assets that you want, whether it's crypto, stock, put all the details in it, the trading ticker symbol, and that way we can search for it quickly over there. Gert, Jan, Tenhove, welcome back. Good to see you back. Javier, what a morning. Yep, Javier, welcome back. Doc, hi from Germany. Doc keeps posting on Twitter and in the comments that 80,000 by March, 80,000 in March Bitcoin, it's possible, and 150,000 by June, I think it was. So we will see. We'll see if it happens or not. I got some really high targets that I've been posting on Twitter X app, and we've been talking about in the live streams and the shorter videos, like the 10 to 20 minute videos that I've posted as well. But I think it's more of like a 4 to 6 month. So it could be 4 to 6 months. I'm not sure it'll happen that quickly, but it's possible. Ollie, welcome back. Good to see you. Javier, miners did not gap up, but negative Y. I mean, it's like the Bitcoin miners that I saw, they actually did gap up. They didn't gap up huge, but they did gap up 3 to 5% on the ones that I was looking at, and they came back and have corrected since then. So just depends, but they could be getting ready. And if you look at Marathon, digital Mara was up like 6% and then came back down. So could just be a matter of time. Aldo, good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. It's been a while. It's been a while since you've commented, Aldo. Starting to think that you're no longer a regular. So probably can't give you as much love anymore moving forward if you're too busy. Ollie, Jesse, can you update the sushi chart? Yeah, we can go through it. All right, let's dive in. This is the Bitcoin monthly chart, right? So the Bitcoin monthly chart, incredible, right? The last buy signal was back in October. Since then, we've had 2, 3, 4, 5 months of upward candles. We were talking about this 4 weeks ago, that if the monthly candle flips from green to orange, becomes ultra bullish, aka overbought. It was starting to look very similar to November 2020, right? And then I was starting to point out that it also taken out and closed above the former highest monthly candle from December 2017. So one thing we're going to kind of show here is that we had this on here. I think it was on this other chart over here. Let me just put it on over here. Yeah. So that way I don't change the chart too much. But many believe that the March 2021 was really the top of the cycle, right? And then as it started to correct back down, probably should have put in a lower high. It didn't, right? It made a new all-time high. But probably should have put in a lower high like it did back, in previous cycles. But with all the leverage that was going on and all the shenanigans with, whether it's 3 arrows or SBF or, there's countless number of high leverage, bigger traders like really fully in kind of pushed it all the way back up, right? So it's possible this could have been the lower high, but it wasn't. It was the higher high, and put in bearish divergence. But over here, many think that that was kind of the top of the market, right? March 2021. So if you were to just take that, right, you can see that from that highest monthly candle close of December 2017, and we cover this on the video as well. So I'm just going to do a brief recap of it. It was 35 months, right? And if you take that same month, it was 35 months and had a monthly candle close back above that horizontal line, taking out the March 2021. And it did that in November 2020 as well. Here we are, right? The second monthly candle since doing that, since that 35 month, pumped up pretty hard, right? Pumped up pretty hard. So from that close all the way up was another 48%. What if this monthly candle did something similar and it's currently up 8%, but a 48% move would be getting into Doc's range for March $80,000. So it's possible, Doc. I'm giving you credit where credit is due. You missed the 50,000 in January by like $1,000, but I just want to point that out because it's already ultra bullish on the monthly chart. And the last time I did that, it hit the yellow. The last times in the cycle, not even just the last time. Once the monthly chart goes ultra bullish, prices come back and not only retested the yellow line, but has gone above the yellow line, right? The yellow line right now is trending upwards again, as you can see. And the yellow line is currently at $116,000. If we go back over here, the yellow line here, it's a little bit better. You can see it if you put it on the log chart. But the yellow line, you can see back over here, once it went ultra bullish, came back up here and he retested the yellow line. The yellow line is at $116,298, and it's curling upward slowly. Doesn't mean it couldn't go up higher. And then, of course, we have ANF target 1 just above. Here, get off the log chart over here. Just can see it a little bit better on the targets. It'll change the targets and stuff, so I don't want to change it. But ANF target 1 is up over, right around that $100,000. You got the yellow line at 116. And then if price were to come up and hit ANF target 2, similar to NVIDIA, similar to several other tech stocks, stuff like that. ANF's not even a tech stock. ANF's not even crypto. And ANF is currently above target 3. So it's possible. But ANF target 2 is at about $130,000. So I just want to kind of point that out. It's ultra bullish on the monthly chart. I did post this over here, and I just want to kind of talk about it, what I meant over here. Oh, let's go ahead and like and share this live stream as we're doing it live, and comment, right? The algorithm likes all of that. So let's go ahead and do that. But I posted this earlier, right? And I just want to talk about it just for a quick second. Then we'll move on to the crypto, the altcoins and stuff like that. If you've been buying more Bitcoin since $52,000, then you're chasing price, and most likely you will get out of your position too early or too late. What do I mean by that? It means that based off of my personal strategy, the last buy the dip scenario was at $42,000. So my personal opinion, based off of my swing trading strategy of the daily chart, if your last buy the dip scenario wasn't like 41, 42, or 43,000, somewhere around there, call it 42,000, then in my personal opinion, you're chasing the market. And what does that mean? Like if you go to the daily chart and it's ultra bullish, right? So the last buy signals were, 42,000, right? And then there's another one at 43,000. Say you got in there, right? But it was starting to close back above the trending dots here, just above 41,000, almost $42,000. So $42,000, $52,000. If you're buying here, would you be up? Yes, you would be up. Could you get away with making a lot of money? Yes, you could. But my own personal opinion is if you're buying anywhere from here all the way up, in my personal opinion, I think you're basing it off of emotions. I think you're kind of chasing the market. And so for me personally, I think that the probabilities are that you'll get out of your position too early, or too late. So that's what I'm trying to say over there. And then of course there's the crazies out there, right? Convincing your followers to sell their BTCs is borderline criminal. Okay, I've seen those comments in 2021 when I was letting you know that, hey, this is not financial advice whatsoever. 100% not financial advice. But I let people know that, hey, I sold my position at $61,000. I took profits on my 10x leverage long position on Bitcoin at $61,000 and I locked in 6-figure gain, right? So for me, that's what I'm talking about is, having a plan. I had bought at 32,300 Bitcoin with 10x leverage. I took profit at 40. It was like 44,000. No, I'm sorry. Is that like 50? I don't know, 52,000 or something like that. Then I bought back in at 44,000 Bitcoin at 10x leverage and took profit at 61,000. Right. So I was buying the dips based off the breakouts. I wasn't buying when it was already ultra bullish on the daily chart, when it's already ultra bullish on the weekly chart, and it's already ultra bullish on the monthly chart. In my personal opinion, that's chasing the market, right? So have a plan, have a strategy. That's all I meant by it. But, it's borderline criminal. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if they're on the live streams, they would know what I'm talking about. Let's see. What else? Yeah, we'll get it. We're going to get into it all. Sushi. Gaurav Gaba. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Gaurav Gaba. Gaba, I think. Taking profits on Pepe yet? Do you see MC at 10 to 15 billion? Oh, yeah. I didn't trade Pepe. I didn't trade Pepe. Doc. Yep, you got it, my man. You got it. Thoughts on Pepe? Oh, you posted a second time? Any long term? No, there's no longer term targets on Pepe, really, because there's no chart history on it. So yeah, don't have it. Mr. Nice, thanks. You got it. Emilio, Alt, Spot, and Chill Jesse. Yep. From Italy, IT. Awesome. What indicators in TradeView were you referencing? Yellow line. Yeah, I posted in the Discord. Let's see. All right, let's get back to it. So the monthly chart, the weekly chart, and the daily chart in Bitcoin is ultra bullish. And what a move it's been. It's closing in on all-time highs, right? It's closing in, and this is a weekly candle, right? So I posted that this last week here closed at yesterday, right? Last week, yesterday's weekly candle, last week's weekly candle yesterday, what closed just under, I think it was, just above 63,000 and was the third highest weekly candle close ever, right? So if price were to close on this weekly candle as of right now, or anything above 65,000, call it 700, it'll be the highest weekly candle close ever, right? And so the all-time high wick was 69,000. We are already closing in on that. And, as we're showing that there's never a guarantee, but we have what seems to be a lot of room to the upside, right? So even if you did get in from 52,000 to 66,000, it seems like you'll probably, flip a profit if you were to sell. But I'm just saying that if you're chasing it, most likely you'll probably get out of your position too early, probably try to jump back in again. And jumping in and out is probably where you're going to lose money, right? Or give back your gains, right? At least. And not do as well as, trying to buy the last dip down here. Even the last buy signal on the weekly chart was at $28,000, right? So if you're buying the dips and you're trying to push the trade and hold it as long as possible, so we will see how that plays out. But Bitcoin is bullish, ultra bullish, and it broke out of longer term target 5, and it's just pumping, right? We put this little rocket ship up over here. If you look at this rocket ship over here above the similar longer term target 5, it was also ultra bullish on the weekly chart, started to break out of it. Doesn't mean it couldn't come back for a back test. Could come back and back test it. It is possible. But you can see that it was multi-weeks all the way straight up to the yellow line. Is it possible it does it again? Yes, it's possible. So we will see if that does it or not. Multiple weeks up to the upside would be incredible. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's keep going. Ethereum weekly chart is ultra bullish. And I posted this chart earlier today on the Twitter X app, right? showing this, right? When the monthly chart, similar to Bitcoin, had a monthly candle close and flipped from green to orange, then you can see that from the previous all-time high of January 2018, you can see a monthly candle close back above this horizontal line and flipped from green to orange, which it has not even done yet. We're probably right around this candle here, right? It seems like we're right around here on Ethereum. Haven't even hit longer term target 5 yet. So could be in this month here. And then maybe, I mean, it's possible this month as well, but maybe next month we could see Ethereum, which is lagging time wise, in my own personal opinion, start to flip from green to orange, maybe in the next monthly candle. And it's getting back above here. Could be this month, but possibly next month as well. This month or next month, flip from green to orange. Price gets back above the horizontal line here at $4,700 Ethereum, right? Which brings back a lot of good memories. I remember shorting Ethereum at $4,784 with 10x leverage to the downside. You can see the reverse candle back over here. I was well above it, right? And then shorted again back here at $3,408 with 10x leverage, shorting the bounce over there. Many were calling for, $10,000 Ethereum back here. Many were calling for buy the dip, 10,000 Ethereum back here. But it's possible it gets to $10,000 Ethereum in this bull run, right? So we've got the yellow line up here at $7,443. And of course, similar to Bitcoin, it could start to curl back up. ANF target 1 is also right around 7,400. ANF target 2 is right around that $10,000 Ethereum. So not last cycle, but possibly this cycle, we could see 10,000 Ethereum or possibly even higher, right? So all I did was kind of clone this move back here on this ellipse drawing. It looks like a oval and then cloned it and put it out over here. So if you go like the log chart, it looks a little bit different, right? So it looks a little bit different. So that's what it kind of looks like. And you can see that once it flipped from green to orange on the monthly chart, you got a rocket ship over here, goes all the way up, hits the yellow line, retests the yellow line, right? So get back above this horizontal line. You got possible rocket ship, and the yellow line starts to curl back up and trend upwards, and then you could probably see price come up and hit that. So it's possible, right? That's Ethereum. Let's kind of take that off. Let's get back into like the regular. Let's look at some of the weekly charts on Solana. I posted a chart earlier. Let's see. Let's get on the weekly chart. I posted a chart on Solana earlier today. Remember, we were talking about buying the potential dip at $12.50, right? $12.50. We had a weekly potential buy signal on the bot alert system. We had that dialed in way back there at $12.50. I posted that, and it consolidated for a while. Consolidated, you could say, at $22 for a while, all the way till October, but still $12.50. And now it's at $129, right? It's currently ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Has hit longer term target 3. Ethereum has hit longer term target 4. Bitcoin's at longer term target 5. Bitcoin is above this horizontal monthly trend line, and we'll see how it goes from there. So hasn't even flipped ultra bullish on the monthly chart yet, but it is bullish on the monthly chart. So that is Solana. Chainlink has only hit longer term target 1 so far, but last week got very close and get all the way up to $21.70. Again, Bitcoin is above here, Ethereum is here, Solana is here, right? So if some of these altcoins, crypto assets, whatever you want to call them, right? Anything but Bitcoin, anything but Ethereum, do hit similar targets, then we could see much higher prices. Near is at $4.30. It did pump all the way up to $4.85. We were talking about buying it back at $1.05, right? So still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Hasn't even hit any of these longer term targets yet. DOT hasn't even, not even come back up and hit not only have not come back up and hit all-time highs, haven't even hit longer-term target ones yet. Target one for DOT is at $14, right? It's currently at $10. There was a lot of people that said I was delusional. I reposted, I commented on one of the comments here in December, right? One of the December comments at $5.80 said I was delusional that price to come up and hit longer term target one. The price was $5.80. We are now at $10. Well, just below $10, but we are now at $10 on DOT as of right now. And do you think they came back and replied back and said, well, it's only 40% away. Yeah, well, it was 140% away when I posted at $5.80. It was 140% move to target one from 580, and now it's only 40% away. So we are closer than we are further away. So I guess, yes, my charts are delusional, but how delusional and how great they are. What else? Why are the shitcoins pumping so hard? They're lagging time-wise. Gert Jan, they're lagging time-wise. ETH, not yet ultra bullish, but up big, obviously. Too late to add. Depends on your plan. If there was a buy the dip scenario, right? That's the weekly chart, daily chart. The last buy the dip scenario for me, right, was down here, right? And we covered it. We talked about it. We covered it over and over and over again. We talked about how it could be possibly with all these crypto assets. We talked about there was a 20% correction. A lot of the crypto assets had a 30%, 40%, 50% correction. Ethereum had a 20%. Bitcoin had a 21% correction. We talked about it. We covered it. It was starting to gain the trending dots. Then the last buy signal was at $2,370, let's call it. And look at this move, right? Look at this move from the last buy the dip scenario. Just call it from right here to right there. That's 53%. The daily chart is ultra bullish. In my personal opinion, it feels like chasing now. Feels like you're chasing it, doesn't it? When this last buy the dip scenario is back here, doesn't it feel like you're chasing the market? Does it feel like your fear of missing out? Does it feel like emotions are dictating your buying habits? Me personally, I say yes, right? So the last buy the dip scenario here, another buy the dip scenario here in Solana, Chainlink, buy the dip scenario, near, right? We were talking about this. This is a massive correction on near. We cover this almost every single day. 47% correction. Calling it out. It's starting to look like a possible higher low. Calling out. Daily candle close back above on February 7th. Calling it out. Another one. Then a buy signal at $2.90. Call it $3, right? Another one, right? There's hasn't been a buy. Oops, hit the mic. Didn't drop the mic, but hit the mic. $3, right? There's been no buy signal on near since February 9th, right? So that's my own personal opinion. Let's get back to it. Matic. Let's get back on the weekly chart so we can kind of see it and try to look at it from a little bit like a midterm, longer term play, right? Thoughts on Sand breaking down from upper trend line on the daily, where it would be likely retracement. Good morning, all. Steve Robson. Good morning. So this is a weekly chart on Matic. Broke through longer term target one. And longer term target two is up here at $1.36. Mana kind of flat today at 0.38%. Had a strong move on the weekly chart, though. Had a strong chart on the weekly chart. Strong weekly chart. Let's save the rockets for higher, but let's do double arrow. Let's do double arrow. We've got single arrow. We've got double arrow, and then we'll leave the rockets for later when Mana flips ultra bullish on the weekly chart. If it does, assuming it does, right? That's Mana. The weekly chart, Cardano. Cardano. Couldn't they just make both Cardano and Solana both end in O or both end in A? Make it easier on us? Come on. Why do they have to be so different? So You've got the weekly chart has flipped ultra bullish. We talked about it. We covered it. Back here, back here, back here, back above the 200-week moving average, getting very close to hitting longer-term target 1 on Cardano, right? AKA ADA. Sand only up 0.77%, but had a really nice week, right? Had a really nice week. Very similar, looks very similar to Mana, in my personal opinion, in many different ways, right? So we're going to go single arrow on this breakout. Double arrow is breaking out over here. Had a weekly candle close back above 59 cents, 59.6 cents right here. That's another milestone. In my personal opinion, based off of that weekly close, we had a confirmed higher low. We had a higher high over here. And then, of course, another milestone is going to be back above 81 cents. So we've got that. Let's take a look at the yellow line over here. Yellow line is starting to curl, and it's up at $3.40 and comes in at longer term target 2. Interesting, right? Interesting over there. And so that is sand. So answer to your question, Tesla John, that's the answer to my question, right? The weekly chart is bullish and broke this downward trend line. Could there be a shorter term correction? Sure. There could always be a shorter term correction. You can find a shorter term correction on the 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart, the 1-hour chart, the 4-hour chart, the daily chart, whatever chart you're looking at. Lower time frames, you can always find the next possible buy the dip scenario. That's my upward trend line, right? So that's my upward trend line on sand daily chart. Anything above that is still in an upward trend, right? Anything above that. And then if you go on the weekly chart, it's more like this is the upward trend from here on the weekly chart, looking at like that. So kind of zoom out there. This is more of a steeper upward trend line, and this is the weekly chart over here. So expect pullbacks along the way, right? And could put in a bull flag, but it's bullish on the weekly chart. So that's sand. Algo weekly chart, very similar thoughts, right? Higher low. This weekly candle close over here yesterday was a confirmed higher low by taking out this pivot here at 23 cents. And that was a higher high and a confirmed higher low over there. SHIB up 54%. This is so crazy, right? You got to love the meme coins. You got to love the doggy coins, right? They pump hard and they dump hard. So you can see where it pumped. It turned a buy signal over here, buy signal way over here, pumped hard for about 4 weeks, and then dumped hard, right? There are so many expert analysts, influencers out there in 2021. I remember this so good. Up here, I was calling for a 70 at the top. I was calling for a 70+% correction on the wick, right? And all the way down, I saw experts, analysts, people who sell newsletters, people who sell courses, classes, buying this dip here, right? And then it was already in the bear market. And from those buys, right, in December, I remember. I even have proof of it. I'm not going to call anyone out. I'm not going to show any private messages because they're private. But they were talking about buying the dip, right? Another 84% off, right? So be careful careful about the noise, careful about the experts, quote unquote experts, careful about the analysts. They didn't sell the tops. They didn't lock in profits. 67,000 Bitcoin. That is incredible. 67,290 Bitcoin we just hit while we're on the live stream, currently up 6.5% on Bitcoin. Woo! So yeah, be careful who didn't take profits on the last one. I can name, I don't have as many fingers on my hands to count all the so-called experts and analysts and trading courses and all that stuff that did not sell Bitcoin in the 60s. They did not sell Bitcoin in the 60s, maybe the 50s, but most of them started selling in the 40s, right? Maybe even 30s, right? So be careful who you're watching. Block out the noise. But SHIB, while live has just smashed longer term target 2. The doggy coins are full effect. Last week, the last weekly candle hit longer term target 1. Now it's pumping hard. It's hit longer term target 2. Doge, ultra bullish on the weekly chart over here. I can draw out some targets for everyone, but it's going to look very similar to SHIB, right? Probably it's hit longer term target 1. Probably going to hit longer term target 2 in the near future. Let's see what else. Ollie Sabi, hi Jesse. Hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, Jesse. I was going off the last 5 to 6 daily candles for sand, but yeah, it's going parabolic though, right? So yeah, it could have shorter term corrections, but I have a longer term daily chart trend line, and of course a longer term weekly chart trend line as well. Thoughts on Solana? Got in 130. Was I too late? I mean, it's at 130 right now, right? So we started posting Solana buy the dip scenarios at $12.50, right? If you look at Solana, we'll circle back to these comments. We'll circle back, I promise. Doge targets would be nice. Okay. Are you in the Discord? Camarel or Camaro1LE? Are you in the Discord? If so, tag me in the Discord. I'll be happy to post any charts you want me to have. Definitely tag me in the Discord, and I'll post as many charts as you want. I post a lot of charts in the Discord with all the details. So I'll post the exact details in the Discord. If not, maybe tomorrow, right, on the live stream. We will see. Solana. All right. So that's Sand. We covered that. And then Algo. We covered that. SHIB. Doge. Let's look at Atom, aka Cosmos, right? So again, I had another breakout here, double arrow, higher low, confirmed, higher high, right? Longer term target 1 is just above the 200-week moving average. The 200-week moving average is currently at $13.92, right? And then longer term target 1 starts at just above $14 on Atom. So MicroStrategy, wow. MicroStrategy is taking out the all-time high, right? Before Bitcoin. And we've talked about this in the past. Sometimes MicroStrategy hits certain key targets before Bitcoin. Sometimes it doesn't. And we're pointing this out. We did a comparison of MicroStrategy versus the Bitcoin miners. And the one that I chose was Marathon Digital. And so we'll get into that as well. We can take a look at that. Probably do a separate video based off of that chart that I posted. It's possible that some of the Bitcoin miners are down here, right? It's possible that in this week or next week or the week after, sometime in the near future, we could see a similar move, right? It's possible. And MicroStrategy just took out the all-time high. Since, in my personal opinion, I know the all-time high is at 3,000, but since it's been tracking Bitcoin more closely, when Michael Saylor's been buying since the 2020, right? It's taking out the all-time high over there, right? So call that a local high since it's become more Bitcoin-related stock. Let's switch gears. NASDAQ is still above $18,000. There's an ANF target 1 over there, still above 20,000. SP 500, they're all flat today, right? They're flat. Russell 2000 is bullish on the weekly chart. The dollar is flat, but could be breaking down, possible lower high. US 10-year yield is still bullish on the weekly chart at 4.2%. We will see if it puts in a higher low or not. VIX still towards the lows over here at $13 over there. So gold was breaking out. We talked about it. We covered it. It's bullish on the weekly chart. What a clean break that was. We were talking about after hitting target. I think it's the second target, right? Second target. After hitting the second target, it looks like it was finding support. We talked about silver was breaking out to the upside and then started regaining the trending dots, had a buy signal, another, break of another downward trend line. This is more of an aggressive one. This is a less aggressive one, but the buy signal was already in. And now it's ultra bullish on gold, right? So gold is breaking out. Silver looked like it was leading the way of the breakout, double bottom. We talked about it. We covered it. came all the way back down, put in a higher low, another buy signal, back above the 200-week moving average. Silver and gold breakouts. Bitcoin dominance is back up. So it was looking like a possible double top. We will see if it comes back up higher and takes it out, or if it puts in a lower high. We will see. We will see. NVIDIA making all-time highs, ultra bullish on the daily chart. Let's look at that. Breaking above longer-term target, ANF target 3. ANF is also above ANF target 3. Do we have to find a fourth target somehow? We may have to find a fourth target somehow. We'll see. But it is currently back above ANF target 3 over there. What else? ANF. Just gone parabolic. Can we get Bitcoin to do something similar? That would be amazing. If Bitcoin does this and goes above ANF target 3, Bitcoin would be above $180,000. I'm not saying it will. But if it did, that would be incredible. That would be amazing, right? We will see. Bitcoin mining stocks. Oh, let's flip over. Let's flip over to Magnificent Seven real quick, and then we'll come back to the Bitcoin mining stocks. So we covered the indices flat. We got Apple to show you and Google, right? Apple and Google and Tesla, right? Woo, Tesla down 7%. So NVIDIA above ANF target 3. Meta trending towards ANF target 1 still. Amazon trying to battle all-time high, former all-time highs from July 2021. Still is not taking out the former all-time high yet. Microsoft still trending towards ANF target 1. Tesla still bearish on the weekly chart. We talked about this. We covered it. The last sell signal was back over here first week of January, still below the trending dots. So we've been saying that over and over and over again. However, on the daily chart, we did talk about that it was bearish. It was ultra bearish. There was bullish divergence, higher low, buy signal. Looked like it was like a partial fill of the gap here. Basically filled the gap, right? Not fully, but pretty close. And then you can start to see that it was starting to lose momentum. And then now we have a pending sell signal back below this upward trend line. Will it put in another higher low? It's possible, but just keep in mind, it's another pending sell signal. It's not looking great. Could see another RSI sell signal in the near future. And the weekly chart is still bearish, right? Still bearish. So could this be the low? It's possible, but it's too early to call it yet. I'm all about waiting for the higher probability reversals. We're not seeing any type of reversal on the weekly chart yet. Could it put in a higher low? Yes, it could, but it's too early to call it quite yet. So that's Tesla breaking down 7% today. Apple down almost 3%, is ultra bearish on the daily chart. We've been talking about it. We've been covering it. Is this a lower high? Is this a lower high? Confirmed. This daily candle took out this pivot here on the daily candles, and then this candle took out this one. So another lower high, another lower low, and price is ultra bearish on the daily chart. You can see that trending towards the target 2 over here, right? So you got 4 targets to the downside. The weekly chart is bearish. The last sell signal was back here in early February, and it broke down from this longer-term upward trend line on this weekly candle, and then another weekly candle, and then now it continues to trend down. Yes, the weekly candle just started, right? So it's possible it hits this target, and then maybe comes back up, lets the trending dots kind of catch up before hitting lower targets from there. It's possible that it catches a bounce before the target as well. They love to front run some of my targets. So that's Google. It is trending downward. Ultra bearish on the daily chart. Just bearish on the weekly chart. And it is continuing to trend downward. And it's quietly like 3% from the all-time highs. 13% down almost 13% from the all-time highs over there on Apple. It was a $3 trillion asset, right? It was a $3 trillion asset. Now it's 2.7 trillion, right? So quietly down almost 13%. Google has a pending sell signal on the weekly chart. Has hit one target so far. Had a candle close, multiple candle closes below the trading dots. Candle close below this upper trend line, similar to Apple. Will it come down and hit target 2? It's possible. Daily chart, a lot of similarities to Apple. So we will see. Let's flip back over to the Bitcoin mining stocks, right? They're all down today. Woo! Hut, right? Could be the low, could be a higher low, could be a higher low, could be a higher low, could be back testing. And then we'll see if it takes off to the upside tomorrow or the next day. But it's been battling, right? So that is Hut. Down 4.43%. Hive hit 3 targets to the upside. Double wick reversal top right there, right? We'll come back down, fill this gap first, right? Too early to say. We'll still continue to watch it. Will it find support and then start to flip back around, right? So your higher probabilities are going to be, something like that, right? Maybe it takes some time. And, you've got some higher probability reversals coming out like that, right? So it could take some time. Maybe puts in a higher low, maybe something down there like this, fills that gap, and it looks something like that, right? Whatever it is, Discord, they love my TA when I go like this, right? However it plays out, right? However it plays out, that's the TA. And then the breakout and the higher probability, you've got, back above trending dots. You got the trending dots back here flipping red. You can see the trajectory of the trending dots kind of going like that, and then kind of see it, and price kind of front runs the trending dots and goes like that. So it's possible in Hive. MIGI breaking down again, right? Had a wick down, breaking down again on MIGI, right? Could come down lower, right? Obviously, could come down lower. Bitfarm, sell signal, buy signal, another pending sell signal. You've got a gap here that we've talked about at $2.30. You got the 200-week moving average here at 237, right? CLSK down 8%. And is back below the trailing dots as of now. The daily candle hasn't closed. But remember, we talked about this and covered it. You got CLSK over here. You've got a gap here at $10.80 roughly. So it's possible we get some gap fills first. Maybe it doesn't even go that low. Marathon Digital was starting to pump back up and then is come all the way back down. So you can see it pumped all the way up. It was up like 5 or 6%. Now it's down 11% from that wick, right? Riot coming back down. Remember, we've got gaps down here, right? We got a gap fill here. Oh, got a gap fill there. Got a smaller one here, whether it hits that or not. We talked about this. Could do something like that. And that could be that another higher low situation. Are we going to make it? WGMI, right? Don't forget the gap. Don't forget a smaller gap, right? So it could be one of those plays like that. We already covered this. We covered this on last week's live streams. Very similar thoughts. Pump back up, come back down, right? Wolf, Iris Energy, CIFR, right? Talked about the gaps. Got the gap here on Iris Energy, right? Got another one down here right there. So that's about it for there. Natural gas has a pending buy signal, right? Natural gas has a pending buy signal. Obviously, a higher probability is a higher low. Similar thoughts to Tesla, right? Below the trailing dots. Got a gap fill here at 230, right? So, yes, there's a pending buy signal on the daily chart. A higher probability at the bottom is in. You get the weekly chart to start to flip back around, but you do have that gap fill here. So it could be something similar to Tesla, pumps up, fills most of the gap, comes back down, lets the weekly chart kind of catch up, and then comes out like that. And then the adjusted by the dip scenario, higher probability, look like something like that, right? So it doesn't mean that natural gas couldn't just go straight back up to the 200-week moving average. It's a wild animal. It's a futures play. So people are 10x leverage on futures, and it could just be a wild animal, and this could be the possible bottom. All I'm saying is, oh, that was terrible draw. All I'm saying is that it's possible while the weekly chart is still below the trailing dots and all that, that it could come back down, put in a higher low, and that would be your higher probability of the next move up, right? So that's natural gas. What else? What else? What else? Disney still up 1%, still bullish. PayPal down, T-Dog down, Unity Software down. Some of them were pumping though last week, so it could just be a correction of that. What else? We're already 46 minutes in, so we're not going to get into too much else other than Doge versus Bitcoin. Jeez, what a move that was! All right, let's get into all the comments and let's get into all the requests over there. So we will see. Doge targets will be nice. We'll be joining. Thank you. You got it. Awesome. Welcome. Arnold, good morning. Good morning, long-time sniper. Arnold. Woo, I gotta take a break over here for a second. Gotta take a quick break. Don't forget to listen to Tesla John. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me, and we'll continue sniping the markets together while Bitcoin pumps to $67,000 and $67,000 right now. It's still 67,000. All right, let's circle back. Okay, Doge. Yep, looked at it briefly. All right, Taco Jacker, you got it. Chart fill and inch. Early bird gets a worm. You requested this right at 9 a.m. I appreciate that. We're going to cover it. All right. Phil, I think I have it on here. I think I have Phil on here towards the bottom. Let's take a look if I can find it quickly. Here's Inch. Oh, here's Phil and Inch, right? So you've probably requested this several times in the past, so we probably won't spend too much time on it. But the daily chart is ultra bullish. Remember, we talked about the last possible buy the dip scenario after 43% correction was back here at $5.40, right? Currently down 6%, but did pump all the way back up. No bearish divergence as of yet. Still ultra bullish. Weekly chart, ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Looks like I did some free drawing of the targets, right? So that could be a longer term target. 1, 2, 3. I'll probably draw this out for you. I probably keep saying that, but that's probably the eyeball test of 1, 2, 3, and 4. So a lot of potential on Phil. That's the weekly chart. It's ultra bullish on the weekly, ultra bullish on the daily chart. Doesn't mean it couldn't get a pullback here or there, right? Inch weekly chart, right? So Inch looks interesting because you've got a weekly chart close here at $40. Multiple wicks to the upside, right? You had an RSI sell signal back here on end of January, right? Early February is probably when it closed. And then you had another weekly candle close about the same. Looks like almost like a double top. While after the RSI sell signal, so RSI is putting in lower highs on the weekly chart. And it's flipped back from orange to green, right? But overall, it's still bullish, right? Overall, it's still bullish. And anything doesn't mean it's a short here. Just means that the longer term could be a possible another buy the dip scenario. Maybe it comes back down a little bit further, right? So let's look at the daily chart. The daily chart also has bearish divergence, so it's possible it comes for retracement. So you got to just think about what your plan is, right? Is your plan to lock in profits? Is your plan to hold and buy the next dip, right? Those are all something you have to figure out because from way back here at $7, pumped hard, came back, put in divergence, could remain diverged, right? Could continue to let's get off of that. It could continue to be additional bearish divergence, right? All the way up, right? So it's possible. So you just have to decide what's best for you, but it's still bullish on the weekly chart. It's bullish on the monthly chart. Here, let me clean this up. Let me clean some of this up. It's still ultra bullish on the monthly chart, but it's getting pretty wicky over there, right? It's getting very wicky over there. But it is ultra bullish on the monthly. ultra bullish on the week. We're bullish on the weekly on the first day of the weekly candle, and it is bearish divergence overall. So just something you have to decide, right? That's all I can pretty much add there, Taco Jacker. We've covered this several times in the past. What else? What other Pepe? Pepe. Let's look at Pepe. Let's look at Pepe today. Where is Pepe? Oh, there it is. Found it. 24% today. That's the daily chart, right? The last buy signal on Pepe was back here. And since then, it's gone crazy parabolic, right? From buy signal to wick, 650%. Took out the all-time highs over here. And it's just gone straight up on the daily chart. The weekly chart is ultra bullish. The monthly chart, not enough chart history for the monthly chart. Weekly chart is ultra bullish. The daily chart is ultra bullish. Could there be possible bearish divergence in the near future? Yes, it's possible. And if so, it's possible you want to lock in those profits if you're in early. I don't give financial advice, though. Just something you got to figure out for yourself. Let's see. What else? ETH, not yet ultra bullish, but big up on the monthly chart. Yep. Sand. Yep, covered it. Thoughts on Solana? Got it in 130. If you get in 130 and Solana is at, yes, there's much higher prices, but yes, in my personal opinion, I think you got in late. Especially since we were posting 1250 back in December 2022. After going through at least a 1 year bear market, we were starting to talk about it, and then it was hitting longer term target ones, all of that, 2023. Now it's at longer term target 3, right? So Doge, you got it. Awesome. That's it. I don't see any of the requests. No one else got in. We're already at 53 minutes anyways. With that, thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you. Thanks for smashing the like button. Thank you for smashing the subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Bitcoin, $67,000. Let that sink in. We were talking about it back at 16,800, and now we are back to $67,000. So awesome. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.